I finally got to play the Roland SPD-1 Wave Pad. Here are my thoughts. What's up? Justin here. Welcome to 65 Drums, the place to keep on top of all things electronic drum related. So I recently got to play this pad, which has stirred up a lot of controversy in the electronic drum community. If you're a member of any of those Facebook groups, you've seen some people slamming on this pad because it's a very simple device that's been done before and they're charging a lot for it. And Roland is known for this type of thing, where they'll just take something that really shouldn't cost that much. Like this pad should probably only cost maybe 70 bucks, maybe 50 bucks, but instead they're selling it for 250 bucks. I'll get to that in a second, but let's talk about the specs and what this pad is actually capable of. So inside the pad, the whole idea is that you're inserting your samples into this and you're just gonna play them back. They have 12 slots for those samples, and you can assign up to 3 sounds to each one of those slots, so you can layer them together. There's a click track function that is routed to the headphones only, so only you can hear it, the audience can't hear it. There's an included adapter, so you can mount it really easily no matter what kind of setup that you're using, so I like that. There's also a USB MIDI function. You can use this as like a MIDI controller, and you can use this on batteries or plugging it into the wall. I think the battery idea is great because not everyone wants to have cords everywhere they go. So you got to use 4 AA batteries and will last you 4 to 7 hours depending on how much you're going to be using this thing. There are knobs for everything on this pad. There is no screen. There's a knob for threshold, there's a knob for sensitivity, there's a knob for volume, there's a knob to select what sample you're going to play. I like all that. So yeah, this is a very robust little pad that is just doing one thing, playing back samples. You've probably seen a bunch of different variations of this pad. This is the SPD-1 Wave, but then there's the SPD-1 Percussion and the Electro and whatever. If you want to see a breakdown of what each one of those individual pads do, I'll leave a link to my breakdown video in the description below. But this is like the flagship version of all those pads, because this is the one where you can import samples onto each one of those sound slots. So there's going to be a bunch of drummers picking this up, but it is kind of expensive. I enjoyed playing it. I played this in conjunction with a Roland TD50K. I had a lot of fun. The playing surface is very dynamic. It can sense really soft hits and really hard hits. No matter where you hit it on the pad, any of the 4 corners, it picks it up. It's just a standard rubber that's on top of it. It's a pretty tough rubber. It's not like a gum rubber, like it's really soft. No, this is a hard sheet of rubber. If I'm thinking about who this pad is for, it's for the guy that just wants to have one sound in his gig. He doesn't need to have 300 samples for the concert he's about to play. He just needs to play back 1 or 2 samples. He needs something really simple. He wants something small that's not going to take up the space of a crash cymbal. He wants something small that he can sneak in and just put act like it's a cowbell, except that when you hit it, you can trigger a sample. That's basically what this pad is. But it's $250. So I would buy it off eBay used for 100 bucks maybe, but yeah, this thing is overpriced. Now this has grabbed a lot of attention because it looks very similar to a line of Boss pads that came out back in the 80s. I'm talking about the Boss DRP 1, 2, and 3. This is a similar idea to the Roland SPD-1 pads, where each one of those numbers represented a different sound set. The problem is you didn't really insert samples. This is just playing back, a cowbell sound or a clap sound. You could change the pitch or the delay and all that stuff. If you look at it, you instantly start seeing the similarities. It looks very similar to the Roland SPD-1 pad. And guess what? Roland owns Boss. So it doesn't really matter. Roland was the one that invented this all that time ago anyway, so Roland isn't ripping anyone off. They own Boss. I think of this pad as just a very simple utilitarian thing. It's not any sort of innovative product, really. It's like if Roland sold an aux cord, would everyone be angry because there was no innovation in that aux cord? No, it's just an aux cord. Roland did their innovation with the Roland digital ride and digital snare. Those are really innovative products. This is just a very simple product. Now, of course, Roland hyped it up to make it seem like no one has ever done anything ever like this before. But basically, it's serving a very niche need. It's a small pad for the guys that only need to trigger 1 or 2 sampled sounds for their concert. That's all they need. If they want something full-fledged, then you'd buy the Roland SPD SX, or you buy the Alesis Sample Pro or whatever. This serves a very specific need that I think is great. The only problem with it is that I wish there was some more functionality in this. I wish you could bend the pitch of the samples. That's something that should be there, but it's not there. And I wish it was only 100 bucks. At 100 bucks, it would be a better buy. But unfortunately, they've charged 250 bucks for it. So I really enjoy playing the pad. I think it's great. If you see a good deal on it from eBay and you have a very limited need, like you only need to sample like maybe 4 sounds for a concert and that's all you need, you don't need a giant pad, then great, this is the pad for you. It's overpriced, but it's a decent little pad and I do like it. It stands out, believe it or not. When you're looking at this drum set, your eye is immediately drawn to it, and they did that on purpose with the paint. I like the pad, but it's overpriced, aka a Roland product. You know you want to see more videos like this. I got 250 of them on my channel. Subscribe, press that notification icon so you know when I'm coming out with new videos, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.